Chapter 8. Our Forest Wealth. Ponder a while. Have you ever heard about people living in forests? Why are trees being cut? Have you seen a tree being worshipped? If yes, where? Have you ever heard about the Chipko movement? A large area of land densely covered with trees, bushes, and creepers is called a forest. Forests support a large variety of life forms such as humans, animals, birds, and wild plants. Plants grow naturally in the areas where there is sufficient water. There are different regions in India where evergreen forests are found. They are commonly found in the rainy slopes of the Western Ghats, the hills of northeast India, Himalayan mountains, southern plateau, and in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Importance of forests. It is not possible to sum up the importance of forests in just a few words as they help us in many ways. Forests perform the following functions such as they maintain ecological balance, help in purification of air as trees absorb the carbon dioxide and release oxygen into the atmosphere, increase the amount of rainfall in the area, prevent soil erosion caused by wind or water, provide various valuable things such as wood, gum, rubber, oil, wax, resin, fruits, paper, medical herbs, etc. Despite our dependence on forests, people are still allowing them to disappear. Fact trivia. Assuming a tree lives at least 50 years, it exhales 6,000 pounds of oxygen in its life or about 120 pounds per year. Tribals. Tribals are the people who live in or near the forest and are dependent on forest products for their survival. They make a number of things from the items they get from forests. They make ropes, baskets, petals, bags, mats, etc. They usually have an age-old lifestyle with their own beliefs, culture and customs, and sometimes their own languages too. In our country, tribals are known as Adivasis. There are many tribal groups in India: Gonds, Santhals, Khasis, Angamis, Bhils, Bhutias, etc. Most of them live in the forest of Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand, Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Manipur, and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Dependence of tribals on forests. Tribals are dependent on forest for their survival. The economy of tribals is dependent on forest for a variety of purposes. Forestry provides them employment through harvesting of forests, plantation, collection and processing of minor forest products and other developmental works. Some of the tribals make baskets, chicks and toys from bamboo and cane, perfumes from wildflowers, and plates and bowl from sal leaves. They then sell these products in the local market called hats. This is how they earn their livelihood. Tribals are also dependent upon forest for their basic needs such as fuel, fodder, medicinal herbs, etc. Deforestation. Deforestation is the removal or destruction of large areas of forests. Burning and cutting the trees are the two methods used for clearing forests. People are involved in deforestation for many reasons, such as when they need wood for making furniture or land for agriculture, urbanization, mining, construction of roads, railway lines, dams, etc. Deforestation causes decrease in the level of underground water as roots of trees retain and absorb water in them. When forests are cleared, the animals become shelterless and face extinction. Steps to prevent deforestation. We can stop deforestation by taking the following steps. By always using both sides of paper when writing, photocopying, faxing, etc. By recycling the things like paper, clothes, etc. By reusing gift bags. By growing a large number of trees and plants. By spreading awareness about the importance of conserving our forests. By reading e-newspapers and e-magazines. By using reusable containers. By protecting existing forest from overgrazing of land by cattle, goats and sheep. Protection of forests. Various organizations and the government have also taken some steps to stop deforestation. Measures taken by government. Social forestry. In order to check the increasing number of trees, the government formulated the concept of social forestry. Under this scheme, trees are planted on the wastelands on the sides of roads, railway lines and rivers. National parks and wildlife sanctuaries. In order to protect the wildlife from being shelterless, our government has set up national parks and wildlife sanctuaries in almost every part of the country. The government looks after these national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. 5 of the famous national parks and wildlife sanctuaries in India are Bandhavgarh National Park in Madhya Pradesh, Jim Corbett National Park in Uttaranchal, Ghana Bird Sanctuary in Rajasthan, Kaziranga National Park in Assam and Sundarbans Tiger Sanctuary in West Bengal. Green belts. To minimize the effect of pollution, the government has earmarked green belts in many areas across towns and cities in different parts of our country. The green belt area refers to those areas where no form of development activities takes place, such as buildings of houses, factories, dams, etc. These spaces are open and used only for growing plants. Let's do it. Collect some information about the largest national park in India and make a report on it. Ban on cutting trees. With a view of keeping check on cutting of trees, the government has passed laws against those who cut trees. Cutting trees is a punishable offense and is strictly banned by the government. Measures taken by organizations and people. Sacred groves. Many traditional societies all over the world worship nature and consider certain plants and animals sacred. In our country, the banyan and peepal are considered sacred trees. Some forest communities also follow the practice of setting aside certain patches of land or forest as sacred groves dedicated to a deity or village god. No one is permitted to cut any tree or do any harm to trees in that area. Fact trivia. K.M. Munshi initiated the Van Mahotsav movement in the year 1950. It is a week-long festival celebrated in the month of July every year. This festival involves tree plantation with the motive of increasing areas under forests. Chipko movement. The Chipko movement was a famous movement of the people of India in which people supported protection of trees. It was started in the Garhwal Himalayas in the year 1970. Whenever the contractors came to cut the trees, the people hugged the trees to prevent them from being cut. The leaders of the Chipko movement were Gaura Devi, Sudesha Devi, Sundarlal Bahugana and Chandi Prasad Bhatt. Vocabulary cards. Forest. A large area of land densely covered with trees, bushes and creepers. Deforestation. The removal or destruction of large areas of forests. Soil erosion. The wearing away of the upper layer of soil. Urbanization. The movement of people from rural